Hello, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Excel Automation. I am with you with another part of inventory management software using Excel VBA part 8. In this part we will learn there are many important things which is very useful while developing a software in Excel via VBA. So for that we will start our video, but before I would like to request you to please subscribe our channel if you still did not subscribe, and press the bell icon so that you can get the timely notification of our latest videos. Now I will press this Visual Basic, and as you can see we were working in this user form, and we have learned till now how to add data, how to save data, how to add data from text boxes to list box, how to save data from text from list box to Excel sheet, and how to search and display data from display data in the list box from Excel sheet. Okay, and there are two criteria here. We have learned how to search through delivery note number and how to search through LPO number. Now we will cover all these buttons in this video. So as you can see here, their first button is, which we are going to learn, is update record. For update record, you know that if I'll search any record here, LPO number 500 we have entered, you can see in our record here, LPO number 500. So when I search this LPO, so how we will add it? Obviously we cannot add it unless when we select any row, it should be displayed here in text boxes. Only then we can update, otherwise there is no other way. So for that we have to add the coding that when we double click any row, so all the values of this row should be displayed in these text boxes. So for that I will go to this list box, and I will double click this list box, and here I will change the event. Instead of click event, I will change it to double click event, because I want that when I double click, then values should be displayed in the text boxes. So here I will paste this coding here. It is not very complex coding, as you can see here. Only we have given the references of text boxes and the list box columns reference. Now you can see is that I did not give all the text box references. Why? I will explain you that. Because as you know that in this text box we have already entered this coding, which actually display values on the basis of this text box. So these item code, product name, unit, quantity, unit and stock is already filled by this text box. So that is why I did not give reference of these text boxes. So now I will go to this list box again. As you can see, text box 1, which is our LPO reference, text box 2 is our delivery note reference, and 3 probably I think is quantity, and product ID, and 7 is our quantity, and DT picker 1 is our date. And here accordingly I have mentioned our list box 1 dot column, and here are the column references. Which text box represent the which column, I have given the column reference. If text box 1, as I told you that text box 1 is our LPO number, so column number I given 5, as you can see, 0 1 2 3 4 5. So LPO number is LPO column is 5. So similarly I have given references of other text boxes and the column references. So I hope you understand now. So I will just search any LPO, and as you can see now, when I double click this, the value displayed in the text boxes. Okay, now you can edit the text boxes as per your requirement, but after the editing you have to repost this value here, and you don't want to repaste, actually you want to edit this list box, that whenever you made whenever whatever the changes you made in these text boxes, it should be reflected here as well. Okay, so for that what you will do, you have to add this, you have to use this button. Okay, so we have to add the coding in this button as well. Okay, so for that you will just close this user form, and now I will double click this edit button and I will paste this code here. Here also it is not very complex, only I have given the list box column references 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and here list box 1 dot column, all are same here, only I have changed the column numbers, and in the other section I have given the reference of text boxes. Here I have given text boxes of all text boxes reference, as you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now you can see that the text boxes references are not in SQL. Why? Because I have given the list box column references in sequence, but there are difference in the text boxes column text boxes values to the list box column. For example, as you know that the text box 3 is represents is product ID, while in list box it's the product ID in the list box is column 0. For that reason is you can see that text box 3 and column 0. So which text box represent which column, we have just put it in front of the column. So now I will go another time to run this form, and I will search this LPO again. Now I'll double click this, and here you can see, for example, this date is 2, so I will just change the date 18 and I will edit this. You can see the date is edited, and if I will change the quantity also, you can see the quantity is also edited. Okay, similarly you can double click this and you can change the quantity here. You can see the quantity is edited, but this changes has not impact in our data which is in Excel sheet. So now we have to use this button, update record, that will update the record in your Excel sheet as well. Okay, so for that we will again go to this our user form, and I will double click this update record and paste the coding here. And this is the coding which is little complex, so I will tell you in groups so that you will better understand that. First of all, I will just segregate this coding here. Okay, this is the record updation. I don't think so that you will get this kind of update record in other YouTube videos. I hope you will find it very useful. So this lines I think you already know, I repeat many times, so I don't want to waste time on that. This is the line which is for to exploit the codes. Then we will create dim one variable dim last row, and then we will write last row is equal to sheet receive dot range. It is also, you know, that this is for finding out the last row of our Excel sheet. Then we will create this loop for I is equal to last row to 5. Last row, you know, the last row is called wherever our data is ends. Okay, so from last row to 5, so from down to up wherever our data is start and ends. And step -1, it is, you know, that as I explained in our last videos, that Excel sheet columns and rows start from 0 1 1 2 3 4 5, while the list box column and rows are started from 0. So that is why this step -1 we type, so that this difference should be equated. Okay, then we have set this condition: if sheet receive dot cells I dot I column 6 is our LPO, our LPO column. This 1 2 3 4 5 6, this is our LPO column. Okay, dot text is equal to text box 1 dot text box 1. Then text box 1 is our LPO text box. This is the text box 1, you can see here. This is our LPO text box. So if it means that if a text box 1 value equal to sheet received and column 6, which is our LPO column, then sheet received dot rows I is our loop. As I told you that this is our this is our loop which is started from last row up to fifth row, which is our first column of our data, first row of our data. So if this condition is met, then the entire row should be deleted. Entire row dot delete. It means all entire row should be deleted. And why we are doing this? Because what it will do is, first of all, whatever data in the Excel sheet, it will delete as per reference of the LPO, because it is not delete the data entry wise, it will delete the data or update the data. This particular coding will delete the data LPO wise. How many entries in one LPO, in the same LPO, all will be deleted. Okay, then we have closed and if, and we close next I, we close the loop as well. So this part of coding only delete the record in from our Excel sheet, but the data will be exist in our list box. Then in second phase, we will create two variables, dim LB as long and LR as long. LB is the list box. We will create the loop of our list box, and for LR we will create this last row of our Excel sheet. This with sheet received, because we are working in receive sheet. So LR is our last row of Excel sheet. Then simply we have done this, that we give reference sheet received dot cells LR plus 1 means the next row of last row, and column 1 dot value is equal to list box 1 dot list LB is the loop of our list box rows, and column 0 means column 1 of Excel sheet, and rest are the same, only we have changed the column numbers in list box and the Excel sheet. Then we end with, because we have started with here, and we close the loop by LB loop. So what it will do is, whatever the data you first of all, it will delete the data. This coding will delete the existing record, and then this coding will add the data again after the changes you will made. Okay, and as you can see, as I told you that when we'll double click any row, the data of this row will be reflected here in these text boxes. You will make changes here, and after that you will click this button, so these changes will appear here. Okay, and then when you will update the record, so the existing record will be deleted and the new record will be saved as per the changes you will made. Okay, and then one more very important thing is our last part. This is the part, actually the reason of the reason of that I choose to delete the record and then add it again, because if you simply update the record, it will not be sorted. For example, if you add any data in the previous date, and when you will update this record and you will make any changes, it will update it, but the next record maybe the date sequence will be disturbed. Okay, for that I choose this way to update the record. Now this coding will be used to sort out your data. For that we will create two variables, dim data as range and dim criteria as range. For data, we have set data is equal to sheet receive dot range A5 to H50,000. Actually, if it's not 50,000, I think it is 500,000. I keep so that you will not required to change anything. Let me close this window. Okay. Here you can see this start from A5 to H, this H column. So here I started A5 to H 500,000. Okay, and criteria I have choose from H5 to H1000, because I 500,000, because I want to sort this data on the basis of date, that if the dates are up and down, means the new date come up and old date come down, so this should not happen. I want that it should be on the ascending order. For that I have given the details of here, that data dot sort key 1 dot criteria order 1 Excel ascending. Key 1, we have given only one criteria here, and the order I have given ascending order. Header, no header, because I have started my data from A5 and I have given the reference also A5, so there is no header, so I write Excel no. And then after doing all this, I just write this sheet receive dot cells I1 dot select, means one column 1 and row 1 will be selected after sorting out the data, and message box record updated. Now I will before run this form, you can see here that this data is you can just see this data. Now I will run this form. Okay, so if I search LPO number 500, not 500 actually, I run search LPO 602, because this is okay, 602. Here you can see that our first record is date 2, okay, June 2, 2020. So I will select this row and I will change the date. Instead of 2, I select 1. Okay, and here also I make some changes. I added the record here in the sheet, in the list box, and then when I update the record, you'll get this message, record updated, and here you can see it should be happen, but let me see what happened is 602. Thing should be, yes, you can see here that when I change the date, the first record came on the top because this date is 1, and the quantity I've changed, this also has changed, and the other is other records coming as per the dates. Okay, now if I'll change this again, if I search this LPO, and now instead of you can see last date is 7 June, so instead of 7 June I select 25 June, so you will see that this record will go to the end, and I will change the quantity again. Oh sorry, because I did not edit the record, so it will be, now I will edit this again. Is 25 June and 602, date the record. Okay, now you can see this record came down, and the changes we have made, it's also reflected here. So this is the I think we have completed almost every part of this user form. But one button is still remaining, is delete, that we will learn in our next video. I hope you like this video, so please subscribe our channel, and in our next video we will go and learn some more features also in this software. So I hope you like this video, and inshallah we will meet soon with another video. Till then, take care, bye.